put your hands together for David Sarle. Welcome, David.
Thank you. And I had no idea what I was going to talk about either. So that makes 9 of us. I'm big enough for 8. Actually, what I'm thinking I'm going to talk about today is A.D.A. gone awry. A topic that is dear to my heart is the A.D.A. Came out in 1992. January 1992 is when it went into law. That's the American Disabilities Act, to help people with disabilities to be part of society and become a first-class citizen. When it first came out, I knew that there was going to be all kinds of problems with it because nobody understands the law when it first starts, let alone how to deal with people with disabilities, because they don't realize that it's okay to speak to those of us with a disability. It amazes me that they think we don't hear or we can't understand what they're saying because we have a disability. Well, I went back to Washington, D.C., 1992, for the Washington Seminar for the Blind. We go up, we meet with the congressman and that. Well, here's a few stories of that trip that shows you the fact that people do not use common sense and have a lot of idiocies. So we get there, my buddy and I were walking through the Supreme Court. We just got up there, we were checking it out. I'm doing this little thing, I got to pee so bad. And we asked the security guard, because my buddy with me needs to also, and we asked him where the bathroom is. Go straight up this hallway, hit the carpet, turn left, down to the wall, turn right, third door. Oh, cool, that's easy directions. Cruising along, hit the carpet, cool, turn left. We start walking down the carpet line, and this guy steps up and says to us, I hear you need to go to the bathroom. Well, just prior to that, we heard on every speaker, every walkie-talkie in the Supreme Court heard, yeah, Charlie, there's 2 blind men need to use the bathroom. So there we are, you're standing there, and the security guard, Charlie, he says, I know you need to use the bathroom. And my buddy says, well, I think the whole building knows that now. He goes, do you need help? No, I've been doing it for 36 years. So we walk on down, we go up into the restroom, and we're sitting there using the restroom. We get down, we go over to wash our hands in the sink, and the security guard goes, you guys are simply amazing. And I turn to my buddy, and I look at him, and I says, Carl, I think we just got complimented for using the bathroom. I said, we're admired. So that's one experience I had. Another experience that we had is we're cruising along, and the security guard decides he's going to help us out, and he's moving through, and he's yelling at everybody. There's about 4 of us, and he's yelling at everybody in front of us, move aside, move aside, move aside, let us through, let us through. And it's kind of embarrassing, because here you are, a few blind people, and they're moving the entire Washington, White House, the Capitol, and everything up there out of your way. So my buddy, he's pretty funny. So he starts yelling out, unclean, unclean. And, the security guard says, well, we're only trying to help. But here's the kicker, all right? We got done with ours. Utah's a pretty small delegate, but there was one guy from Florida. Florida's a big state. And he was the only one, and so he asked if we could help him to go meet all of his people and get to know them and talk to them and share what we needed to share. And we said, sure. So we went out and we caught the bus. Got on the bus. We walked onto the back of the bus and sat down on the seats. And we start planning because we need to know who's who. You know, who's on what committees. When the bus is still sitting there, the driver says, "Excuse me, you blind people have to sit up here at the front of the seat. Up here in the front seats at the bus." And we go, "Well, no, we don't." He goes, "Yep, ADA says that you have to sit up here in the front." And we're like, "No, ADA says that if we need to sit up front, that's an option." And so here we are arguing with this bus driver about sitting in the back of the bus instead of the front of the bus. When this fellow from Florida, he's a black gentleman, and he stands up, and he's probably 60-ish, and he just stops up and he says, "Oh my gosh, I never thought I'd see the day where I had to fight to sit in the back of a bus." And everybody just cracked up. And the driver started moving along and just decided at that point that it was defeatless. So these are stories that are always happening in my life. I get these every day of my life. There's something that's going on. And it's like, does common sense exist? Or is it just ADA gone awry? You decide. Thank you.